It's Friday, 9:36, the 12th day of February, Valentine's Day weekend. Remember to protect yourselves at all times, guys. Good morning, Sabrina.
Good morning.
Let's jump into the K-Wave News Zoom room. We kind of want to catch up with our friend Brian Terlaje, who, of course, is with Guma Rasanatsu Lati. But he's not here wearing that hat today. He's here because I follow him on Facebook. I know you do too. And he has been on what we call a little bit of a fitness journey. And so just wanted to bring you on here just to kind of share, and inspire maybe some of our viewers and our listeners that, we've had a lot of downtime during this pandemic. And here's a guy who definitely made use of it. Brian, so good morning and congratulations. You look great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Guam, Jason, Sabrina, and Chris.
Brian, let's talk about how you got into it, because I know that I did an event with you before the pandemic, and you look way different. Right? I mean,
yeah. So how it actually started was it wasn't. I didn't really have like a set goal for myself. I traveled a lot to the Philippines and Japan, and so one year I just decided, you know what? Let me just get a checkup, and this was right after FestPac, and so I just went. It was just very spontaneous, and I guess I already knew what the doctors were going to tell me, but I just wanted to be clear, just to know specifically what I needed to focus on. But in my mind, I already knew that I needed to lose weight, and it was because of so many ailments, I guess. I mean, diseases that run in my family, like heart disease and hypertension, and so that was like the driving force. Diabetes. My father was diabetic. And so that kind of like set the pace for me. And I didn't know exactly what I actually know now. And so I just went ahead and did my checkup. And then from there, one step turned into two steps. And then it turned into like 1 week, into 1 month, into 1 year. And now I'm going on 5 years already. So that really just kind of set the pace for me. So now it's a really first of all, I just want to thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity to share. I know that I told myself I wasn't gonna get emotional, but
please do, Brian.
I see one thing that this pandemic has taught me is patience. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it was very difficult. There's a lot of times when I just wanted to throw in the towel and say, forget this, I'm done. I even, at times, when the pandemic first started, I went back into that mode of enjoying the food and just being lazy. But for me, there was more. It wasn't really for me. It was, like you said, Chris, there's a lot of people that lean on me. And it was very difficult for me to be there for my students, because how can I tell them to be better and to live their lives fully when I myself am not following into school? And so they were the ones that inspired me to continue moving forward. I mean, I took the first step, but then the journey got harder. And so even up until this day, it's as hard as it can be. And I know that it's even going to get harder as I move forward. But when you have that student or that person that comes to you and says, thank you for being such an inspiration to me, that just pushes me even forward to do what I do. And it has become more of not a goal anymore. It's not even a journey for me anymore. It's more like a responsibility that I have, not only to myself, but to everyone else who leans on me And it's not only my students, it's not only my family, but I have been getting messages from all over the world saying thank you for giving me that inspiration to at least be a little bit healthier, and it's not only the physical side to it. It when I was much bigger, I actually was a very miserable person, but I hid behind my smile. I hid behind the work that I did. I engrossed myself in the work that I did, and mind you, I love what I do, but inside I wasn't happy, for myself. And when I started to lose the weight, I started to notice that I was more positive. Like, I know that everybody in this pandemic, everybody is struggling and hurting, but what this weight loss has taught me is to be patient, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And when we reach that light, there's going to be another journey that we need to continue with, and there's going to be another light at the end of the tunnel, because it never ends. And so that's the message that I want to give out to people is, do you continue to do you, forget about what people say about you, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's you. So so this journey has pushed me to my limits. There are some people that have been very staunch support to me. If I may, I wanna recognize, first of all, I call him my coach, but he's like my brother, and he's the one that actually, when I started this journey, I never wanted to go into the gym at all. I was so intimidated by, it took me 3 years to actually set foot, actually 2 years, to set foot into the gym and just to actually like be there. But my coach, I want to recognize him. His name is
Oy.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
I know.
Who's your coach?
Are you there, Brian?
He's still frozen. Yeah, it's because it's winter time, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I get a lot of people freezing up in the Zoom.
What a perfect timing, right? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
We're gonna get him reconnected. But guys, did you see the pictures that they had in that montage?
Yeah.
We've known, we've had the
Yeah.
pleasure of
For a long time.
knowing and working with Brian for
Yeah.
for many years and everything like that. Amazing transformation.
And you may see him because I think he works out in Paradise again.
There he is.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, was that me?
I don't know.
Well, you cut off Brian right when you said, and I want to give like a lot of praise to my coach and the coach's name is. So everybody was like, wait, what?
So what?
The one thing I wanna, he doesn't like the limelight. Even when I say, hey, let's take a picture, he doesn't like the limelight. He hates it. So, and that just shows the humility that he has. But he actually like is always there. I mean, there's tons of people. There's my colleagues over at John F. Kennedy High School, that the PE teachers that have always been the support and my advice. They always say, sir, you need to do this, you need to try doing this, you need to do this. And I take it, I'm a listener, and from there I just kind of follow through with everything that they tell me. So there's just
Brian.
numerous amounts.
Yeah. Who's your coach?
What's the name of the coach?
Oh, I'm sorry. His name is Derek Maniebo. He's actually not a coach. I just call him my coach.
Right.
He's a very good friend of mine. His children and his wife all dance in my guma. But aside from the guma, he's a great support in the guma, but he also is, he's a big inspiration to me, and he kind of like opened that door for me to work out with the boys, and that just like made me feel even more comfortable, because it's like a family there. And it's just so funny that Chris, I think the universe is kind of telling me something, because Chris, when you mentioned to me yesterday, do you think we can go on the link when I was leaving Paradise Fitness Center yesterday, what's his name? Michael Scroll goes, "Hey brother, we need to do a testimony with you."
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not one for the limelight. You know me, I'm not one for the limelight. And, I was kind of telling my family that I'm nervous. I'm actually nervous to be on the link to talk about this because this is the very first time I've ever spoken about my weight loss. And I truly feel what people feel when just to take a step forward, those of us that are overweight or, we have certain situations with our bodies, that's the most personal thing that it hits home, and to actually put it out there, to the public is a big thing, but I keep telling myself that DJ, it's not even about you anymore. It's about the people that you inspire, and one thing that I love though is I just went for a run this morning, a 5-mile run. So one thing that I love to do is I love to, when I'm running and I see so many people out there getting healthy and fit, that just boosts my spirits, to continue to do what I do. I don't even know these people, but I'm like, hey, go for it. Continue to do what you're doing, man.
Get it, girl.
Get it, girl.
Right on.
But yeah, so that's my journey, guys.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
You look so good.
You do. I don't even want to know how many pounds, but just it looks like you lost 1,000 pounds. It's crazy.
Oh gosh. Well, when I started out when I weighed myself 5 years ago, I was 298 pounds.
Right.
And then my lowest that I went on before I started hitting the gym was 170 pounds. So I lost over 100 pounds.
Wow.
And now I've learned not to go on the scale anymore because I'm hitting heavy now at the gym, and it was because of the inspiration that my coach Bo actually kind of exposed me to.
Right.
And so so my weight fluctuates, but I just honestly I want to tell the public that it really is not what the scale tells you.
Correct.
It's actually how you feel about yourself.
Exactly.
So if you wake up in the morning and you feel 10 pounds lighter, then you're 10 pounds lighter. Just continue to.
Thank you, B, for that.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with the scale here at work. I don't know what it is, but something wrong with it. But it is. You're right. It is about how you feel, and I think you raise an interesting point when you talk about the weight loss. But I see in the videos, man, you're lifting pretty heavy, so you look really good. But do you feel like stronger?
I do actually, but not only stronger physically. You are your only competition, right? So every day I always try and be better than I was yesterday. Not only in the physical fitness world, but also just as a person, and every year I give myself a goal, not really a goal, because I've met my goal already, but I've told myself that, okay, 2021 is my year. 2021 is a year that I need to be a better person. I need to approach life in a different way. I need to be a brighter person. This weight loss, a lot of people think it's just weight that you're losing, but you're gaining, spirit, you're gaining motivation, you're gaining, inspiration from so many people around you. But yes, do I feel stronger? I do. Before I was very intimidated to walk into the gym, or even just, I just hid in the machines, but now I walk into that gym because no one knows your story but you, and so for those people that are intimidated or scared to actually go for it. The only person that's going to make that difference is you, and you need to take that step forward. That's the hardest thing, is taking that first step. Once you take that first step, everything else is a breeze. So yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I just want to say I see Sabrina all the time running that treadmill in the gym. So
Yeah. That's the hint. Like, girl, you better get your ass back in the gym.
Yeah. I like what you said about before you used to be intimidated, Brian, but now when you show up, I bet you're like, yep. What's up? Swole Patrol. Uh-huh. B, thanks for your time,
Wait,
man.
what time do you work out?
Okay, so my mind says 3 o'clock, but I
Mhm.
usually start at 4. So I usually hit the gym around 4. I'm done by 5:30, and then I go for a 5 mile run at 5:30, and then I'm usually
PM?
done by like
Is
7.
it
Yes.
PM.
PM?
Um,
PM.
but
Okay.
in the weekend, I do the morning runs. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I also want to just recognize my 3 sisters that always run with me now: Jolene, Cruz Camacho, Lynette Cepeda Cruz, and Chris Convento. These 3 are just my motivation, and they continue to keep me on my toes even when I'm dead tired, freaking dead tired, but still, you know. So
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Thank you, Brian.
Maybe
Thank you so
one
much.
day you'll see me back there. I'm usually out at Paseo though nowadays,
Yeah.
just walking and
you know,
walking around.
Thank you,
yeah,
Brian.
but thank you. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day.
Everyone, take care.
You too.
Adios.
Hagamos. Yep. Yeah, he's right. I mean, it's tough.
It is tough. And you
Tough.
know, during the pandemic, yeah, I just didn't really do anything because we were working out prior at 3 o'clock in the morning over at Custom Fitness.
Right, right.
Because we were training for
For UGM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the show came on and
And that was it for early morning workout. And then,
yeah.
it's hard. It's difficult. But I mean,
You're
if
right,
if you can do it and you want to do it,
Mhm.
you get her done. But I think the
Exactly.
biggest part, I mean, yes, taking that first step, it's crucial. But in my case, I've taken a lot of first steps. So
Mhm.
you got to be consistent after you take that first step. And then, you really can't ignore the diet component of it.
Mhm.
Right. So I'm at a point where I realize like I'm never going to be skinny. So I might as well just,
You
work
still could.
the cardio or
You
whatever.
You
and-
still-
do
you
it,
could.
but a
Yeah,
lot
okay,
of it
yeah,
is the what you put into your body.
Amen.
The
Yep.
food.
But you know what? It is like what the Navy SEALs say. They say, like mind over matter. If you don't mind, it's not going to matter.
Is that what the Navy SEALs say?
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay.
But
All right.
I think the one takeaway that I took from Brian, and he said like with his journey, I mean, I want to go on record and saying Brian's purpose on earth is to inspire others. I mean, he's done such good work in the community as an educator, with culture, with language, with dance and everything like that. So many people owe so much to him, and now they can take away fitness, which is applicable to everybody, right? But yeah, it's like you can, if you want to be super skinny, Chris. I mean, you can do it.
I don't think it's about being like super skinny, but just being healthy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
No, man, I can run. I can run miles. I could do
Mhm.
all the stuff. It's just, I don't diet. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like I remember when I first started on my fitness journey, he's right though, just getting into the gym because I used to be so intimidated. Like you'd go in there and you're like, oh man, all these people know what
Yeah.
they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, I look stupid. But then I got over it. And it's like
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's funny because, like even me before I ever went into any gym, whether it was Paradise or Custom, I just had it in my mind like, oh, they're just